Raleigh Fingers nails the Mets 1-2-3. And for the third straight year, the World Series will conclude with a seventh game showdown. The pinnacle of sports, the ultimate in pressure. After 173 regular season, playoff, and World Series games, it all comes down to one final contest.
So here we go now. We're ready for the championship game. And in here to tell you about the play-by-play of the first part of the game, well, it's been our privilege to work with again the outstanding broadcaster of the Oakland A's, Mr. Monty Moore.
Thank you very much, Kurt, and hello once again, everybody. Wayne Garrett, leadoff batter for the Mets, has 5 hits in the series. He's been up 25 times, and Holtzman starts him off with a strike. You talk about electricity in the air. It is here today. It should be. It is the 7th game of the classic of baseball. There's the curve from Holtzman as he shows it early today. He misses with it. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Wayne Garrett, born in Brooksville, Florida, lives in Sarasota. Fouls it back. It's foul, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball. He got him looking. Strike 3. This telecast is presented by authority of Major League Baseball and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Commissioner of Baseball is prohibited. Leon chokes the bat as far up as anybody in baseball. There's one player in the American League that goes up that far on it, Kenny Suarez of the Texas Rangers.
Slight breeze out today, Monty, from home plate toward third, home plate toward second. Bit of a batter's win today.
Campaneris at short. To Darren Johnson, 2 down.
Holtzman appears to be keeping the ball down low. Campaneris, one of the outstanding players in the series. He and Harrelson have been just sensational defensively.
Here's Rusty Staub. Rusty has had a very fine World Series, 9 for 22.
Interesting to see how they're playing him now. They're trying to get the attention out in center field. Jackson is from the A's dugout, and they finally move him into left center against Staub.
Curveball, and it's hit into left center. Jackson moving over. He's got it. 3 up, 3 down. After a 1/2 inning of play at the Oakland Coliseum, the score, the Mets nothing, the A's coming to bat.
Here's a brilliant young left-hander, 23-year-old John Matlack. Has allowed no earned runs in this World Series. He's won 1 and lost 1. He's allowed only 8 hits in a total of 23 innings. And only 1 earned run in his last 5 starts. And in slow motion, take a look at him as his teammate, Jerry Koosman, gives you some slants on the pitching of Matlack and what he'll have to do today.
John is a very consistent pitcher. He has a good fastball, a good curveball, and he keeps them both down real well. His curveball, he can break into a hitter, or he can break it straight down on the outside part of the plate. He's got a very good moving fastball.
Bert Campaneris, the A's shortstop, will lead it off. In the World Series, Campy has 6 hits and 27 at-bats. For the year, he hit .250. 5 of the last 6 years, he's been the top base stealer in the American League. His own teammate, Billy North, surpassed him this year, as did Tommy Harper of Boston. Strike 1. Reggie Jackson said he thinks that John Matlack is a left-handed Tom Seaver. He thinks Matlack is just as fast as Seaver is. Here's the curveball, and he got it in there on the inside corner at the knees. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Matlack, the $50,000 bonus boy, signed the same year that Bloomberg, Mayberry, Gritch, Rader, and some of the other top names in the major leagues today. He stayed right with a breaking ball on Campaneris, and Wayne Garrett throws him out.
Garrett, I know, lucky or happy to get a ball earlier in this series. He's been a little shaky at third base in recent games, so I'm sure he wants to get that first tough chance out of the way.
Now for the Oakland A's, Joe Rudy.
Here's Campy. Matlack has had a good breaking ball, changed speeds that time, and he can really run on a routine ball at the third.
Here's Joe Rudy, who's hit the ball hard in the series. He has 7 hits. Breaking ball is low, and he's staying right with it.
Control might be a factor for Matlack. He averaged nearly 4 walks every 9 innings this season. But in the World Series, he's given up only 4 walks in 14 innings. He's been around the plate very well.
He's staying with that curveball. It's up high. From behind home plate, on the third base side, you look right down the right field line. See the umpire alignment. 3 of them used down each sideline. Matlack taking a shot at the outside corner with a fastball, missed with it. He's behind Joe Rudy now, 3-0. And if the Met scouts have seen any pattern at all in the last 3-4 weeks following the A's, they have seen that Dick Williams very rarely gives a take sign on a 3-ball, no-strike count. He doesn't take the bat out of the hands of the batters very often. And there is the A's skipper, Dick Williams, with the trainer, Joe Romo. He looked at it, ball 4. Joe Rudy bringing up Sal Bando, whose bat the last 3 weeks of the regular American League season was as hot as a $2 pistol. He hit everything.
You wonder if the A's are going to hit a home run in this series. Only twice in series history has a team gone through 7 or more games without hitting a home run, and the A's have not had a home run.
Bando hit 29 of them in the course of the regular season. Good fastball, but it's outside. That fastball seems to be running on Matlack right now.
Tails away from right-handed hitters. Bando yesterday against Seaver was trying to hit to the opposite field, but he still could not control his body, and he kept pulling away. They keep pitching him outside, and he hasn't been able to go to right center. And Monty, he has good power there.
Breaking ball hit the inside corner. Here's a look at the outfield. You can see the center fielder, Hahn, who keys the shift for a defense straight away on Bando, right up the middle. He opened the series playing him in left center. 2 balls, 1 strike on Sal Bando. Rudy off first. Bando, good cut of the fastball, a little late on it, and it's back into the crowd. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Struck him out. Went to the outside part of the plate with that fastball, and Bando didn't get around on it. There are 2 down, and here's Reggie Jackson.
Here'll be the key of the game, I think. How Jackson can handle left-handed pitching. And he's hit the A's have gone in this series. But he's only hit right-handers. He hasn't done very much against left-handers. If they neutralize Jackson, that'll be a big key.
He's had a unique series. He's had 8 base hits, but they've been in bunches. He had 4 in one game and 3 in another. Of his 32 home runs this year, 12 were hit off left-hand pitching. Check swing roller. There's a big out. Garrett gets it, and he does. Jackson loses his swing. In the first, no runs or hits. A man left to score. 0-0.
I throw mainly fastball. I'll try to mix in a few curves, but basically I'll try to pitch the same way I normally do, is keep the ball down and away to most of their hitters. And I think that Jones and Staub, 2 of their most dangerous hitters. If I get in a spot, I might try to pitch around them in a particular situation, but there's no tomorrow, and I feel that Dick's going to go with everybody today, so I'm just going to do the best I can.
Well, Kenny Holtzman was very near prophetic. He said Cleon Jones would be one of his toughest men, and he may pitch around him. The first pitch of the inning was driven 400 feet to the center field wall by Cleon Jones, and Reggie Jackson caught it. Incidentally, Jackson has played no center field for the A's whatsoever until the American League playoffs this year. That job was handled by Billy North, who was injured last 2 weeks of the season. Here is John Milner. Backs off from a curve that is high and inside. 1-0. He led the Mets in home runs, Milner. He's had 8 hits in this World Series. He's been up 24 times. Popped it up. Dick Green backing up in a short right. Makes the catch. He had a little tough trouble with that one. The sun is very, very bright here. The skies right overhead are blue.
Green started circling after this ball. It would have been an easier play for Jesus Alou, the right fielder, but Green waved him off, and now the wind catches it. That's gusting up over here.
I believe, Tony, that wind is going to be a bit tricky today. It's about 10-15 miles an hour now, and it may cause some troubles.
The A's World Champion pennant flying above the center field fence, but that wind up there is not always anywhere close to what it is on the playing surface. That's about 120 feet higher than the playing surface. Here's Jerry Grody. Swinging late on a Holtzman fastball, fouling it off.
You know, Monty, Grody hasn't hit any home runs, but twice he's put outfielders right up against the fence.
And twice he's hit foul balls that just missed the foul pole. You recall in the long game here a week ago. And here's Jerry Grody, who's grounded to second and lined to center. Big lead for Jones off second. Fingers looks him back in, and there's a drive hit deep to left. That's out if it's fair. Foul ball. That one just missed the foul pole.
He was lucky getting away with that one.
Followed very hard by Grody, hooking away from that foul pole. Fingers got away with a mistake.
Liner to center field. Reggie Jackson dives. Has he got it? He has. We have 3 down. Reggie Jackson.
Jackson with a whale of a day at the bat yesterday. Watch this catch. Hit hard on the line. He never gave up on it. Just kept on coming and catches it off the top of the ground. We're not having played center field all year. As we look at this play again, he made a whale of a catch. He played the shallow center field, too.
So the Mets don't score in the second inning, and it is still 0-0.
The A's have everybody down in their bullpen. The Mets have only 5 or 6 members over in their bullpen. It's interesting to see the contrast in the occupancy of the 2 bullpens today.
What you call a full house. Here's Gene Tennis. Good low fastball, and that is the John Matlack pitch that has been so effective against Oakland so far in the series. Gene Tennis, last year's World Series hero with 4 home runs. Takes a breaking ball down and in. It's 1-1.
This fella gets the walks. He's walked 10 times.
Last year he tied a Babe Ruth home run record with a 4 home run. This year he's tied a Babe Ruth walk record. Strike call. In 6 games he had, I believe, gotten more walks than Babe got, but in a 7-game World Series he still has to get another one or 2.
Back in 26, the Babe walked 11 times for the record.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Gino. Strike 3 call. Gene Tennis must have been looking for something inside again, and Matlack hit the outside corner with the fastball, his 2nd strikeout.
Jerry Grody gets down about as low as any catcher you want to see him giving his target. Especially important with a pitcher like Matlack, who likes to throw the ball down low. Right on the corner.
Boy, and you can really see graphically in that shot right there, Tony, how fast that ball is moving. It actually moved the mitt almost off the hand of Jerry Grody. Great impact shot to show that fastball. Here now is Jesus Alou. The A's right fielder picked up from Houston late in the season. The 3rd Alou brother to play with the A's in 3 years.
And Monty, by a twist of fate, the right fielder in the 7th game of the World Series for the A's last year, Matty Alou. The right fielder in the 7th game this year, the brother, Jesus Alou.
Felipe had played with the A's the year before and got no farther than the playoffs. Right down the right field line from behind the foul screen, you see, with our creepy camera. Popped up off first base. A lot of room for John Milner. And there are 2 down. These 2 pitchers have settled down, and each appears to have very good stuff so far. Here's Darren Johnson, and the only home run he hit in the National League this year in the short time he was with Philadelphia was against John Matlack. He hit 19 for the A's in the American League. He's had 3 hits in the series. One a double off the wall in left center. Strike called. It was Darren Johnson who sounded the alarm to the Oakland A's about Matlack. He told the players the day the Mets won that their most outstanding pitcher, he felt, was Matlack. Tough play for Garrett. He short hops it and throws him out. 3 up, 3 down. We've gone through 2 innings at the Coliseum, and it's 0-0. Top half of the 3rd inning. Don Hahn, the center fielder for the Mets, against Kenny Holtzman. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Hahn has 4 hits in this World Series and has knocked in 2 runs. Makes his home in Campbell, California, just a little ways from here. Holtzman misses low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Yogi Berra. He's been in 11 World Series. What do you do with 11 World Series rings anyway? Line drive to left, base hit. So the Mets get the first hit of the ball game. And now Bud Harrelson. Fly ball to left field. Joe Rudy looking right up into that sunshine, turning away from it now, and he almost lost it. We may have the same trouble today that we had last Sunday before it's all over.
This is quite a battle with that sun for Joe Rudy, and a little bit of wind blowing out to left field, and if he's going to have trouble in his home ballpark, look at him turn sideways now, trying to get an angle away from the sun, playing it off to the side.
Look at the glare on those sunglasses.
Sky above is a very, very bright blue. There's the glare right in the glasses. Now the pitcher Matlack is up with 1 out and a man at first base. The double play. Bando charged, picked up the bunt, fired to Campaneris, and Campy got it over to Johnson for the double play. In the middle of the 3rd inning, the score, the New York Mets 0, the Oakland A's 0.
Kenny Holtzman and Darren Johnson did a fine job in holding that base runner Don Hahn on that double play to end the inning. Darren did not break too soon, and the play was made before the bunt was laid down as Bando really broke quickly to the plate. Good quick pivot by Campaneris. Here's Sal again. See how he positioned those feet to get rid of it quickly and accurately?
And you notice the second baseman, Dick Green, took the throw. It took 2 strong throws then, one by Bando, one by Campaneris. They both have strong arms. Here's Dick Green, Oakland's second baseman. Fouls off Matlack's first pitch. Green for the season hit .260 for Oakland. In the World Series this year, 1 hit, 12 at-bats. Greeny fought off the curveball and fouled it down. Dick Green, Ken Holtzman, and Bert Campaneris for the A's. There's Holtzman. Well, after watching the World Series, Kurt, and realizing that the A's pitchers were batting for the first time this year, do you think it's been a factor in the series that there's been no designated hitter?
I don't really think so.
Took a called 3rd strike, a big breaking ball, and Matlack has his 3rd strikeout. Matlack has an incredible string of innings going in which he's not allowed an earned run.
They're checking it here now, Monty. He has now a total of 23, 25 in the 3rd innings without an earned run. And only 1 earned run the last 42 innings.
Holtzman, who got a base hit his first game he pitched, swings in the first pitch and misses.
That's unbelievable.
That's just short of 5 games without giving up an earned run. Strike 2 call. He's a machine out there. What a beautiful sight you can see from our portable camera from right behind home plate, looking out at the clouds and the flags blowing here in this beautiful ballpark in Oakland. Holtzman pulled his double just by that third base bag before, and he got a slow curveball then on a no-ball, 2-strike count and almost had another one.
Monty, many of the Mets pitchers give a lot of the credit for their success to their catcher, Jerry Grody. Very rarely do they have to shake off one of his signs. He thinks right along with them. He knows what they want to do, and he sets up behind the plate gives a great target.
Holtzman, line drive to left field. He's going to have another extra base hit. The first hit of the day for Oakland, a double by the pitcher, Kenny Holtzman.
Ball down in the left field corner. Third base umpire, Russ Getz making the call. Cleon Jones playing that corner, which can be tricky quite well. Last time he had a double, he had to slide into second base earlier in that ball game and nearly hurt his knee.
And he's now a 1,000 hitter in this series. 2 doubles and 2 times up.
Well, the designated hitter couldn't have done any better for him than he's done. They're having to take some refuse off the field out in straightaway center. The groundskeepers are out there holding up the game right now. Bert Campaneris and Joe Rudy now will both have shots at knocking in Ken Holtzman. There's the commissioner of baseball in his box. And American League President Joe Cronin, and many believe that next Tuesday, Joe Cronin might become the chairman of the board of the American League and resign as president. And the American League might be looking for a new president. Fly ball to right field, hit pretty well, and there she goes.
The first home run for the A's. It's the little guy, Campaneris, who hit 2 homers in the playoffs also.
After a split of games 1 and 4, Ken Holtzman and John Matlack go head-to-head for the 3rd time. Holtzman's second double of the series gives Matlack reason to doubt that designated hitting rule. Campaneris' home run gives Oakland a 2-0 lead, and the A's fans have championship fever.
Well, I've seen Campa hit a lot of home runs in his big league career. He had 22 one year. There's Charlie Finley. Very happy man right now. His son, Charlie Jr., is usually right there with him, but he got called back to LaPorte, Indiana, where his wife, Doreen, is about to have a baby, and he went back there watching in the hospital there today.
Campaneris got a hanging curveball. He was going to right field all the way, as so many of these A's hitters have been. Look at Staub, in disgust, hitting the wall.
That wind is blowing out that way, too. That helped him.
Here's Joe Rudy now. There's another curveball hung up there. I definitely believe after it's over, Campaneris will just say, I was just trying to get a hit going to right field, but he got under it. There he is. The A's little road runner. Fantastic little player. Talking with Alan Lewis. Here's a line drive left center field. Single. He threw one more curveball, and he hung it again. And Joe Rudy, who must have had an idea of what they wanted, really ripped it. Now the Met bullpen goes to work following a home run, a double, and a single.
Here comes Rube Walker now to confer with Matlack. Matlack has been down so well. That's Harry Parker now throwing for the Mets, the right-hander. All of a sudden, he came up on him with those breaking balls. He had perfect control of it in the first 2 innings, and that fastball. He was above the waist with a couple, and he's gotten hurt by it.
I don't know. does it seem to you, Kurt and Tony, that he threw a lot more breaking balls today than he threw in the other 2 games of this series?
Very definitely. Very definitely.
Could that be, Seaver said he threw more yesterday because he was sore and maybe a little tired?
I think part of it, Monty, is this Oakland A's team, as of yesterday, began thinking at the plate. Against Seaver, they started going the opposite direction. They're forcing Matlack, as they did yesterday, Seaver, to change his pitching pattern.
Harry Parker throws in the bullpen. Matlack ready to pitch to Vando with 1 out. Popped it up on the infield. Milner makes the grab, and there are 2 down. Boy, it's always a big out when you get a big hitter in the middle of a rally. And when he got Sal Vando right there, he got a big out. Here's Reggie Jackson now. Reggie Jackson made that incredible catch out in center field, and I think as well as catching it, what made it great was his ability to hold on to it after he crashed into the ground.
He's made 2 or 3 outstanding plays in center field in this series.
And he made 1 in the playoffs against Baltimore, just running full speed out into left center field. Yogi Berra with some instructions to somebody. He's moving Garrett off third base, closer to short. Curve blowing away, ball 1. The A's are wearing a Kelly green top on their uniform today, and through the regular season, they always wear what they call polar bear whites. This club has 3 uniforms. Today, for some reason, they went to green. Curve at the strike. Maybe it's a hunch. Charlie Finley changed and had them wear their whites in the playoffs against Baltimore, and it wasn't on a Sunday, and they won. So maybe he played the hunch today and took them out of the whites and put them in the green. Amazing how superstitious people are in this game. There's a long drive. Jackson has hit it all, and it is gone. Would you say he's a little fired up?
Matlack got hurt on the breaking ball of Campaneris. Then on Rudy, he fed Jackson another breaking ball that hung up and in. And I guess he's just going to live and die with that breaking ball. It may be all over. I don't know.
That's quite a sight. Reggie Jackson hugging Dick Williams. Earlier in the year, they had word Jackson blasted his own manager. But as Reggie said, I get impulsive at times. But he's a real man. He's been a great manager for me. Now, ribbons are being thrown out in the field. Here's Yogi coming out.
You know, an odd twist of things, Kurt. It was that argument that Reggie Jackson had where he condemned some of the Oakland coaches and the Oakland manager, which really enticed Charlie Finley to give the coaches and the manager all extended contracts. And now here we are in the World Series, and Dick Williams has said that he is giving up those 2 years and is leaving the A's organization. And here comes Harry Parker in. There's a break in the action here in Oakland to score. The A's 4, the Mets nothing.
Campy's clout was the first Oakland home run of the series, and no one is more aware of that than the American League home run king, Reggie Jackson.
At the Oakland Coliseum, the 7th game of the World Series, the new Met pitcher is Harry Parker. It's his 3rd game of this World Series. He's given up 2 hits and 1 run, and he was the losing pitcher in a game in New York, the 3rd game. It was that 11-inning, 3-2 game. He's 26 years old, born in Highland, Illinois. Lives now in Collinsville. He faces Gene Tennis and brushes him off the plate a little bit with a high inside fastball. It's 1-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tennis. Foul ball. You know, by the time 7 games of a World Series, the other team has looked at one starting pitcher 3 times. And it takes some outstanding pitching and positioning to get by a good team 3 times in a row. Dennis gets a walk. So the A's walking man goes to first base.
And he just tied a World Series record, 11 walks in a 7-game series. He's tied the legendary Babe Ruth, who walked 11 times in the 1926 World Series.
And we're going to have a pinch hitter now. Vic Davalillo will be coming on to bat for Jesus Alou, and I would imagine this would be a defensive move about as much as offensive, because the Mets do have basically left-hand relievers. But Dick Williams has put Davalillo in for defensive reasons when the A's have had a lead before, and I would imagine that he's going to let him hit here, and he had planned to put him in for defense anyway. So it's Davalillo for Alou, and that will put Reggie Jackson back in right as Ray Sadecki starts to throw. And when Davalillo goes in, he'll be in center field. He popped it up into center. Don Hahn looking for it. Harrelson pointing it out for him. He's got it all the way, and that retires the side. The A's score 4 runs on 4 hits. There's 1 left, and the score after 3 innings, 4-0 Oakland.
A program note: his boyhood years, his family life, and the freshers of his 20-year career in baseball are features of the long winter of Henry Aaron. An NBC News special program tonight at 10 Eastern, 9 Central Time, right here on NBC.
New center fielder for the Oakland A's is Vic Davalillo. And Reggie Jackson has moved over to right where he got a standing ovation. He's still giving his salute out there to the Reggie's Regiment is what that area is called. He has a big legion of fans out there. Wayne Garrett against Kenny Holtzman takes up high for ball 1 as we start the 4th inning. Holtzman has given up only 1 hit, a single to left, and that was to Don Hahn. Well, it's true they're playing for a lot of money here today, but I think by the time you've played 6 days in the World Series and gotten through the playoffs and get into that 7th game with a great crowd looking on and a nationwide television audience, these guys play for pride about as much as anything else, too, because they're going to get good checks, win or lose. Fly ball to center, and Davalillo is tested right away. He's got it. 1 out in the 4th inning. Last year, the winner of the World Series got $20,705. The losers got $15,080, and the players feel they're going to get more than that this year. There was quite a dramatic jump in the World Series earnings when the playoffs came in from $10,000 to the winner in 1968 to $18,000 to the winners in '69. Here's Mian. Fly ball to right. Jackson.
Look out, Boo.
Got it. He hit that wall out there, but held on to the ball. Reggie Jackson is really fired up today. He's doing it all.
He's on his way to the most valuable player yesterday and today. He may wrap it up in these 2 days.
He was playing me on perfectly, almost on the foul line and shallow, but he still had to run quite a ways in the foul territory and worry about that wall. He's some kind of player. He does everything well.
Here's Rusty Staub. Tell you got to hand it to this guy. What a series he's had with a bum shoulder. Holtzman missed it inside to him for ball 1. On base 11 times. Had a 3-run homer against Holtzman in New York. Campaneris can't quite come up with that line drive, and Rusty Staub is on there. Kurt, wouldn't you have to say that his performance here has got to go down as one of the heroic efforts in the World Series?
It really is, and he's just taken the lead for base hits in the series with 10. Here's Tony.
Line drive just out of the grasp of Bert Campaneris, the shortstop. He got a good jump, just couldn't get enough reach on it.
Here's Cleon Jones. His home is Mobile, Alabama, as Rusty Staub looks on from first base. Cleon is from the same hometown as John Odom on the A's ball club, and also Tommy Agee. Curveball down and in. It's in too much. The last team to win 2 World Championships in a row in baseball were the Yankees in '61 and '62. Holtzman missed with a fastball inside. He's 2-0 on Jones now. On deck batter, John Milner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, so Staub will take off. He walked him, and Holtzman now is in a little trouble of his own. The Mets' top home run hitter, John Milner, comes on with 2 on base. That's the first walk Holtzman has given up. And Dick Williams is making a trip across the foul line to talk to Kenny.
We're going to have action also in the A's bullpen. Raleigh Fingers and Darrell Knowles will be ready. Dick Williams will take no chances. The Mets have been behind their trademark in September, and through October has been battling back, scrapping with you.
John Milner. I would imagine that conference was talking about how to pitch him. They've got to try to keep away from the long ball here now, and of course Milner wants to get it. The right side of the infield shows 2 Met runners. Went after him with a high, hard one and missed with it. Foul ball, just off first base. Fast ball again, he missed with it. It's 2-1. Hot shot toward Dick Green, and he's playing him perfectly. Throws him out. That retires the side. 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 left on to score in the middle of the 4th inning. The A's 4, the Mets nothing.
Next Sunday, an NFL doubleheader on NBC. 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Denver will be at New York. Miami at New England. San Diego at Cleveland. At 2 o'clock, Houston at Chicago. Oakland at Baltimore. The second game of our national doubleheader, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. NBC next Sunday. Consult the listings in your local area for game and time.
Here's Darren Johnson against Harry Parker as the A's bat in the 4th inning. Good breaking ball, strike call. After the hard fastball, and it's no ball, 2 strikes. Dick Green waiting to bat. Strike 3 call. Parker, who had been going outside, busted one on the inside on Johnson for the strikeout. 1 out, 4th inning, and here's Dick Green. Tony, that last play Green made was not all that easy a play. It came off the dirt, and he fielded it right on the edge of the grass. That can sometimes be pretty tough.
You've seen him all year long, and he can be sensational at times. I don't think he covers any less ground than he did since that back surgery.
First pitch of the call, strike to him. Well, I think, and of course you knew from being around a long time, you learn to cheat a little bit once you've been around a while. You know how your pitchers pitch, and you can cover that ground by knowledge that you lack in speed. Parker's throwing strikes out there. It's 0-2. Little looper. And Milner can't quite get to it. You run a long time in this ballpark chasing those things. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 4th inning.
Money, I think the last 2 ball games, and I think Kurt made a very valid comment back in Shea Stadium before the game started last Thursday when he said with all the turmoil, these A's have not been able to concentrate on baseball, get their thoughts together. Yesterday and today, it looks more like a Dick Green ball club. They're thinking up at the plate. They seem to be a little more active, moving around in the outfield on certain pitches, and it's more of a Dick Williams type team.
Well, it's going to be interesting to find out why Dick Williams chose that time to announce to his players he was going to quit. Greeny fouls this pitch off. A lot of people speculating that that was not a good time to tell a team right in the middle of a World Series, and there's no question about it that had something to do with their play. It gave them something else to think about.
They have to wonder, who's the next manager? Who am I going to be playing for? It has to be upsetting to them.
Rather surprising that he would announce it to the players at that time. Green chops one foul off third base.
In New York, the fellow up at the plate right now, Dick Green, told me before one of the ball games that Dick Williams told him over a month ago that he would not be back.
No balls, 2 strikes on Green. 1 out, 4th inning of play. It is 4-0. Oakland leading. Game 7 of the World Series, and I don't think I've ever seen the electricity in a crowd in this ballpark that I've seen from 1 hour before the game today. Wayne Garrett to Milner, and there are 2 down. Now Ken Holtzman comes up, and it was Kenny Holtzman's double that seemed to ignite the A's charge in that 3rd inning. You see a lot of Kelly green and gold around the ballpark in the stands. You know, there are a lot of writers who ridicule the A's colors and their uniforms, but you look all around baseball, there are a lot of colorful uniforms now, and it has become an identifying color throughout the Bay Area for the A's. Pitch is low for ball 1.
Charlie Finley receives a lot of criticism, but he's also put some ideas that are being copied into baseball.
Ooh, Kenny went fishing. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He's also done what some of the owners refuse to do. That's go out and spend some money and buy some players at key times of the year, as he has done with his team the last 2 years.
Fly ball to left field. Watch Harrelson work on this one in the sunshine. He's calling for it. Good play. 3 up, 3 down. We've gone through 4 innings at the Coliseum in Oakland. It's the A's 4 and the Mets nothing.
Quick final football scores, Monty. Baltimore beat the Lions 29-27. Miami 27, Buffalo 6. Cleveland 42, Houston 13. The Redskins 31, the Cardinals 13. Pittsburgh 26, the Jets 14. New England over the Bears 13-10. Minnesota remains undefeated, knocking off the Eagles 28-21. All final scores.
Hit the top half of the 5th inning, and Jerry Grody, who lined out to center field in the 2nd inning, only to be robbed by Reggie Jackson, who made a sparkling catch out there. Will lead it off, then Hahn and Harrelson. Curveball, and it's ripped in the left. Base hit. Holtzman throwing a rare curveball, and it was on the first pitch of the 5th inning, and Grody got the base hit. Don Hahn. Pitch to him is inside, ball 1. Ray Sadecki in the Met bullpen. Holtzman misses outside. He's missed inside and outside to Hahn. On deck, Bud Harrelson. Hahn takes a strike. You can really tell when Holtzman takes something off the fastball just to get it over. He was at 2-0 on Hahn, and he doesn't want to walk him. He just threw that ball over the plate. Strike 2. You know, the old baseball cliche, nothing on the ball except the president's name, the league president's name. They use American or National League baseballs in the World Series. The home park baseball, I suppose.
Right. They all come out of the same bin with different stamps.
He struck him out with a fastball that just exploded over that outside corner.
He really has good movement on that fastball. When he turns it over, starts in the strike zone, and they're really waving at it. It's about a foot outside, really turning it over.
With a runner at first and 1 out, Bud Harrelson, the batter. Once again, looking right down that first base line, you see how far the defensive man is off the kind of a lead the runner gets. Bouncing ball out near second. Campy has to wait on the hop. Underhand toss to Green. No chance at the double play. They had to make sure of getting the lead man there. 2 down. The A's catcher is not behind the plate because he went a long ways at first base.
Harry Parker has been called back to the dugout. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter. Looks like Jim Beecham. Beecham, the right-handed hitter.
Beecham in this series is 0 for 3. It's interesting. I was talking with Kenny Holtzman about him the other day. And it's interesting that Beecham has not hit a home run for the Mets this year, but Holtzman says, don't let that fool you. This man is as strong as anybody if you throw it in his power. He's born in Bonita, Oklahoma, lives in Grove, Oklahoma, 34 years old. He's been around a long time. Attended Oklahoma State University. 16th professional season, beginning in the Cardinal organization in '58. He's played for the Cardinals, Houston, Milwaukee, Braves, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Houston, St. Louis again, and then the Mets. He's got a well-worn suitcase. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oakland. They got them all in the third inning on 2 home runs, Campaneris and Jackson. Got him with a curve. Holtzman had been throwing beach-and-wall fastballs through a big curve and caught him looking. No runs, 1 hit, a man left. At the halfway point of the game, it's 4-0 Oakland.
This is the last time we'll bore you with a shot. But if the game's over, Oakland wins. The man here, Monty Moore, will be down in the Oakland clubhouse. If the Mets win, Ralph Kiner will be down. I think you're going downstairs too, aren't you, Tony?
I'm going to go scramble, yeah.
Right.
Get wet.
I'll stay up here and take it easy. We really do want to thank you all for your attention, for your letters, your telegrams, and your interest in the 1973 World Series on behalf of NBC. Thank you.
Now, as we go to this last half of the ball game, it's our pleasure once again to say, Kurt and Tony, it's been fun working with you. After today's game, Tony's got a long, easy winter ahead of him. You just keep rolling right on and working because the name Kurt Gowdy is synonymous with every big sporting event in the country. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Kurt Gowdy.
Thank you, Monty, and don't go away. Last of the 5th inning, Campaneris was grounded to short and hit a home run. Ray Sadecki's the new pitcher, and Campaneris has a strike on him. Ray Sadecki, 32 years old. Born, lives in Kansas City, Kansas. His 4th game of the series. 1 ball, 1 strike. He saved the 4th game for the Mets, the 6-1 game, pitched the scoreless 9th inning. There's a base hit by Campaneris. Cleon Jones over, lets the ball get away. Campaneris coming into second. Holds at second base. Jones is down on the grass.
Jones lost his footing just as he approached the ball, and I don't know if he sprained his ankle, stepped in a chuck hole, a piece of turf gave way, but he's still down in left center field.
He appears to have injured his ankle as he slipped. Might be a little bit slippery from the morning rain out there.
Cleon knew he had to hurry as Campaneris did not look like he was going to let up at all. He was going to force Jones into making a throw at second base. See if he can pick up exactly what happens to Cleon Jones. He tries to plant his foot. There he is. There's the slip that may have turned that right ankle over. Hahn had to come over from center field, make the play. Joe Deere, the trainer, along with Yogi Berra, some of the others out there.
The Mets nagged with injuries all year. A true hard luck team until the latter part of August. Finally got their club healthy and roared in to take the National League pennant. Then Rusty Staub injured for the World Series, although he's been a heroic figure playing with a bad shoulder. And now Cleon Jones hurt in the final game. It's Don Hahn, number 25, standing over him. Yogi Berra, the manager, number 8, worried about his star left fielder, of course. Yogi had an unusual day yesterday. His team lost. It wasn't a total loss for Yogi. His son, Timmy, and get this, ran a kickback 100 yards and didn't score for the University of Massachusetts. He took it 2 yards in the end zone and ran to the 2-yard line of the opponents. Timmy Berra caught 9 passes and scored 2 touchdowns. He's a pro football prospect. Cleon Jones evidently is all right.
Kurt, this is a serious blow if he can't swing properly or run properly, because of the 4 threats for the Mets who can get you back in the ball game with that one swing. He's the only right-handed hitter, and with Holtzman out there, Garrett, Staub, and Milner, of course, are nullified somewhat from the left side.
Rusty Staub all the way over from right field, anxious about his teammate. Jones stays in. That was a single for Bert Campaneris. An error has been charged to Cleon Jones. If the A's win, the most valuable player usually goes to the winning team. Who would be the most valuable player? Probably be between Campaneris and Jackson.
It would not be an easy choice. Campy's been very, very solid in every ball game. Reggie's had 2 big games.
Joe Rudy, the batter, has been on twice. He's walked and he's singled. More action is going to spring up in the Met bullpen. They're shortened up at first and third in case of the bunt. There's a base hit up the middle. Campaneris will come in to score, and the A's lead 5-0. is the aggressive A's team that won the American League Championship 2 years in a row. They're swinging the bats yesterday and today.
It's been amazing how the Met pitchers have been able to hold them down, and I think the most amazing part of all, Kurt, is that the left-handers have done it because Oakland has been a basic right-handed hitting lineup, and today they're finally breaking loose.
They were out-hustled by the Mets up until yesterday. A strike. The Mets just look crisper in the field, more aggressive at the plate. George Stone now warming up in the Met bullpen. The A's have bounced back in these final 2 days. They have a 5-0 lead, a fly ball to right. Rusty Staub going back, nearly over his head, playing it halfway with Rudy returning to first.
Rusty going back near the warning track. The ball is very hard and one of the most difficult plays for an outfielder. Once you turn the wrong way, you're in trouble, but he played it perfectly.
And here is Reggie Jackson getting an ovation. Jackson had hit no home runs in his previous 14 games. He had a hamstring pull, then he came down with a virus. He didn't play much the last 2 weeks in September. He perhaps got out of the groove. He's a big swinger. And when those big power swingers get out of the groove, they can look bad at the plate. But he's grounded out. He's hit a 2-run homer today. He had 3 hits yesterday. The curve strike to him. They report from the Met trainer, Cleon Jones, a slight sprain of his right ankle. 5-0. Oakland batting in the last of the 5th. 1 out. Joe Rudy at first. A high pop foul that Wayne Garrett is settling under. There are 2 down. Buzz Capra, now a right-hander, has joined George Stone in the Met bullpen. Gene Tennis has struck out a walk. He hasn't been hitting, but as our little note tells you, he's been the walking man. Been on base 11 times with walks. High fly, shallow center. Harrelson going out, calling for it. He's all over this park. 1 run, 2 hits. There was an error, 1 left at the end of 5. It's 5-0 Oakland. Right now it's Wayne Garrett leading off in the 6th inning for New York. The Mets are down by 5. Garrett has struck out, flied out. And Holtzman is inside with the ball. This is the top of the Met batting order. Garrett, Meehan, and Staub. Foul back. 1-1. A smash foul down the right field line. Struck him out with a fastball. Strikeout number 4 for Ken Holtzman. And now he's pitched in the National League, the American League. Has pitched 2 no-hitters in his career. This year, for the first time, became a 20-game winner. Just missed the mark last year with 19 victories. There's a drive that is going to sink in the left center for a base hit. That ball rolling all the way to the fence. Extra bases for Meehan. And he stops at second with a double. First extra base hit in the game for the Mets.
Now very quickly, the Oakland A's bullpen goes to work again. Fingers, Knowles.
And Rusty Staub, the batter, with a lame shoulder, has led all the batters in base hits. He has 10. And he has a base hit in the right center. This will score a run all the way to the wall. Rusty Staub going into second. And the Mets are on the scoreboard now. Staub doubles in Meehan. Rusty Staub, 6th run batted in. That ties him with Jackson for the most RBIs.
I guess the thing you've got to remember and keep reminding yourselves about these Mets is that they battle adversity all year long. When you come from behind August 30th in last place and get into a World Series, a 5-run deficit seems like nothing, and there's Williams.
And he wants his right-hander fingers. He's decided that's enough for Holtzman. Raleigh Fingers will come on. We have a break in the action here at Oakland with a score. Oakland 5, New York 1. Raleigh Fingers, his 12th relief appearance in lifetime World Series. That's only 2 World Series for him. That ties Clem Labine's World Series record of relieving in 12 games. Stobbs on second, 1 out. The batter's Cleon Jones. Breaking pitch is away for a ball. And we have had now, for the second year in a row, in 2 7-game series, no complete games pitched. The strike. Only once previously has that happened. That was in the '59 series between the Dodgers and the White Sox. It shows you how important the modern bullpen pitchers become. There's Jones hitting a high fly to deep right. Backing up is Jackson. Staub is tagging and coming on to third. 2 down. The modern relief specialist has become a dominant figure in baseball. In the old days, it was an insult to be put out in the bullpen. Now they're highly paid, and you can't win without them. A hard ground ball hit down to Darren Johnson. The side's out. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left, 5.5 gone, 5-1 Oakland. Ray Sadecki will face Davalillo, Johnson, and Green. Davalillo flied out in his first time up, and he replaced Jesus Alou. There's a little pop out in the right field. Staub comes in, puts it away. He always grabs the ball one-handed. One down. Darren Johnson is grounded out, struck out. They changed the lineup yesterday and inserted him in there. Been a winning combination. This may be his last at bat in this game. Strike. We saw Ray Fosse warming his throwing arm up in the Oakland bullpen. It may mean that Fosse will come in to catch in the 7th, and Gene Tennis would move to first base. The 1-strike pitch. A ball and a strike to Darren Johnson, who's had a lot to do with the A's repeating as American League champs, coming through as a designated hitter. Right. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Darren Johnson. Reggie Jackson.
Fosse doing some stretching exercises, getting those legs and shoulders loose.
He'll be in. Dick Williams will have a press conference after the game. Strike 3 on a curve. The conjecture is he's already resigned. Charlie Finley has said he wouldn't stop him from leaving. Williams has 2 more years in his contract. He's been given 4 raises in the last 2 years by his owner. But he's leaving. Where is he going? The conjecture is he'll wind up at Shea Stadium next year managing the New York Mets. That's the speculation. Yankees. What'd I say? Mets. I'm not trying to fire Yogi.
There was further speculation before the ball game that he might end up at Pittsburgh.
The 1-0 pitch. Balls 2. They're all rumors. Nothing official. Little Campaneris on deck. Bounding ball to shortstop. But Harrelson making the play, and Oakland's gone in the 6th. At the end of 6 innings, Oakland 5 and New York 1. A program note from NBC: a dying police officer with nothing to lose starts taking chances with his life in the 10-year honeymoon. Tuesday night's dramatic police story at 10 Eastern, 9 Central Time, right here on NBC. Ray Fosse, number 10, is now behind the plate, and Gene Tennis has gone to first base, replacing Darren Johnson. In the 7th inning, Jerry Grody, Don Hahn, Bud Harrelson facing Raleigh Fingers. Brody is lined to center and single to left. And there's a wicked smash right at Joe Rudy. Rudy's hit the ball hard every time today. Rollie Fingers has a penchant when he's ahead by a good margin of letting up a little bit. And Sal Bando usually has to stay on him. Fingers is better when he has a one-run lead, or it's the type when he is when he has a 3 or 4 run lead. So we'll have to watch him here. 1 out, nobody on. Don Hahn has singled and struck out. Fouled away. I mentioned all the rumors going around. You're going to be reading about them. They've already been put on the wire services just before game time. And the reason I said Dick Williams might be managing in Shea Stadium is because the New York Yankees move and will play their home games at Shea Stadium next year because of the refurbishing of Yankee Stadium. 1-2.
Sure, our creepy peepy cameraman must really be way up in the 3rd deck somewhere with that last shot he got. It was a very dramatic shot of this ballpark from how it must look up in that 3rd deck in the top seat.
Well, I want to talk a minute about that. Outside. Yeah, we just sit up here. Here he is. But it's the men behind the cameras, the audio men, who really bring it to you, who make it enjoyable to you. We want to thank our West Coast camera crew and audio people for following right up along with the East Coast boys, New York and from Burbank, for the job they've done. They don't get a lot of credits on the screen. But we know the real professionals they are. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You ever try and follow the flat of the ball with a big camera? It's difficult. There's a line shot to right. It's a base hit by Don Hahn. And each Met has hit the ball hard here in the 7th. But Brody lined out. The Mets have 6 hits. The A's have 6 hits. But the A's have had the home run bats going today. Bud Harrelson, switch hitting. Slide to left, hit into a force play. Fastball for a strike. Harrelson didn't like the call.
But he thought it was up and in. That Rollie Fingers fastball, when he throws it right at left-handed hitters, tails back over the plate. Looks like that's what that one did.
Sal Bando shortened up at 3rd. 1 strike to Harrelson. Fly ball left center. Over there is Davalillo. He has it. 2 down. Look out. Hey. I think he had trouble with his sunglasses. He flipped them down. Maybe they got caught, and he had lost his vision, and he's shaking his head about it.
Fortunately, the sun is now behind the clouds, so it wasn't that bothersome. We got a pinch hitter now, Kurt. And Monty looks like Ken Boswell.
He had a pinch hit yesterday, Boswell. 2 down. Boswell will bat for Sadecki. Boswell has 2 pinch hits in this World Series and 2 times up. And he has a chance to tie a record. The record in the World Series for pinch hits is 3. Kenny Boswell. 5-1 in favor of Oakland. New York batting in the 7th. Here's a parachute, a homemade parachute, that may drop on the diamond. And it's drawing oohs and ahs from the crowd. It's sinking. Ball 1, and it's made. Where's it going? Coming down, the crowd roars. What a drop.
Got a tennis ball on it or something.
Shot for that little man about ready to get out of there.
UFO coming down here to see what's going on. It's a crazy world.
1 ball, no strikes. Don Hahn at first base. A drive into center field. Boswell has just tied a World Series record, coming up with his 3rd pinch hit. And the Mets have runners on first and second as they continue to scrap. Top of the order, and Wayne Garrett, who has the threat of a long ball, as Darrell Knowles now warms up in the A's bullpen. Very quickly. He's throwing as quickly as he can out there.
Here comes Wes Stock now to give Knowles a little bit of a chance to get loosened up. Talk with Fingers.
What you mentioned, Kurt, I think is a trait of a lot of pitchers. When they have a 4-run lead, they just concentrate on getting the ball over the plate. And Raleigh has done this time and time again when he comes in for big leads. He doesn't really come in this often with a 4-run lead this early in a game. But you can tell he's just trying to get the ball over. And then all of a sudden, when you really want it, it might not be there.
Garrett has gone hitless. He struck out, flied out, struck out. He leads the World Series in home runs, though, with 2. He has 16 during the regular season. And he was a Mets hot batter in September. A ball to him.
And what
deep for George Wright.
What
the infield around.
Left field line is wide open.
Anything by Bando would be a double or triple in that left field corner. 1 ball, 1 strike for Wayne Garrett. Foul ball at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slow bounder, foul. Lashes it foul. Again, our situation. 2 down, runners on first and second. High and inside. Ball 2, strike 2. To Wayne Garrett, the leadoff man in the Met batting order. Three and 2. Now the runners will start with 2 down. Fingers will work out of the stretch. The runner starting, an extra base hit could score them both.
Might force Raleigh to throw strictly the fastball here, too. It better be a good one.
There they go. Victory, got it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. The 7th inning stretch in Oakland. And there's the score, 5-1 A's. Raleigh Fingers will go against George Stone now in the last of the 7th. Then to the top of the order, Campaneris and Rudy. 4 runs for the A's in the 3rd. With 1 out, Holtzman doubled. Campaneris hit a home run. Joe Rudy singled. After Bando popped up, Reggie Jackson hit a home run. That's Campaneris on deck. The A's had another run in the 5th. Joe Rudy singled home Campaneris. The Mets scored their run in the 6th on a double by Rusty Staub. 5-1. That's the way the scoring's gone. Raleigh Fingers. Strike 1 to him. George Stone, the 2nd appearance of the series. 1 scoreless inning in the 2nd game. Did a fine job for the Mets this year. It was 12 wins and 3 losses. That spot pitcher that pitches number 4 or 5 for you is very important. Coming through with a winning percentage. Casey Stengel just walking out. There's a blooper in the right, and it's a base hit. These A's pitchers are hitting. Holtzman has a double today, and Fingers has a single.
Kurt, one of the things that Dick Williams said.
Rusty makes a nice try. He was playing right on the line and kind of shadow. Had to try and go over to right center field. Here comes Hanover to try and get the ball, but he couldn't get over there either. Tom makes a valiant diving attempt. He was lucky to stop that ball to prevent it from going by him.
I want to tell you, this Rusty Staub is showing me something in this series. Campaneris dumps it to Judy. Miller. What happened? Miller throws with the ball, couldn't get it out of his net. Everybody's safe. Miller could not dig the ball out of his glove.
Miller glanced over to second base to see if he had a shot at Fingers, but Fingers got a good jump, and then with that big first baseman glove, it apparently got caught in the webbing. He couldn't get it out. Beyond was there.
And It has been scored a base hit for Campaneris. A freak hit through. That's his third hit of the game. And now it's Joe Rudy up. And the Mets are looking for the bunt. But the A's ahead 5-1. Rudy dumps it, foul. Foul back, strike 2. Now let's see how they have him playing. Strike 3, he's out. One away. Sal Bando has struck out, popped up, and lined to right. Hit that inside corner. Curved him. And it is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sal Bando. Another curve. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's strike 3 to Bando. He's out of there. 2 down. Here's Jackson.
He gets out of this. He's done a whale of a job. After Milner hurt him a little bit by not getting at least 1 runner on the Campaneris bunt.
You know, Reggie Jackson actually went to Arizona State on a football scholarship. He didn't go there to play baseball, and he said he went out for the baseball team on a $5 bet. One of his roommates in the dormitory bet him $5 he couldn't make the baseball team, so he went out. And here he is in his 7th game of the series with a home run today, 3 hits yesterday. He's knocked in the strike. He's knocked in 4 runs the last 2 days. 0-1. Strike. 2-2. Jackson's only 27. I say only. Some of these A's, Bando, Tennis, Jackson, are just getting in to their prime baseball age, which is usually from about 27 to 32. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. George Stone struck out the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. At the end of 7, Oakland 5, New York 1. All right, the Mets in the 8th inning with Felix Millan up. Has doubled in 3 times. Raleigh Fingers has a strike on him. It'll be Millan, Staub, and Jones for the Mets. A weak grounder hits to short. Campaneris fires, has it? Down.
If I had a vote, here's my most valuable player in this World Series contest. Should the A's lead, hold up. He got the big hit today. He's played solid defensive baseball. He got him on the right track with a 2-run homer earlier.
Rusty Staub has fly to center. Single to left center, double to right center to knock in the lone run for the Mets today. 11 hits in the series. He's 2 away from the all-time series record. 1 ball, 1 strike. We've had good umpiring in the series. We've had a few squawks on called 3rd strikes in this game, but for the most part, the umpiring is excellent. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Raleigh now appears to be in the groove. Marty Springstead, the home plate umpire.
1 away, the base is empty. Ground ball to second. Dick Green. 2 down. Well, outs are running away from the Mets. Leon Jones has fly to deep center, walked, and fly to right. New York Mets in last place in July. Last place in August. Have had a storied comeback. And a team that really captured the imagination of America. The way they hung in through injuries and came back to win. Right? They were underdogs against the Reds, big underdogs, and beat them. They were underdogs against Oakland. They're in the 7th game now, but they have only 4 outs left in this game.
Boy, as we got it now. Kurt, you were talking about the Mets capturing the attention of this country this year. I think baseball has done the same thing all year long with over 30 million people going through the turnstiles this year in Major League ballparks.
2 down, nobody on. On deck, John Milner. 5-1 Oakland. A ball. 1-2 to Cleon Jones. Yogi hasn't changed much expression during this series. Dick Williams has been all business in that dugout.
Definitely choose that gun.
Here's Tucker down. 3 up and 3 down for the Mets. Last of the 8th inning coming up. Oakland 5, New York 1. Gene Tennis facing George Stone in the last of the 8th inning. Tennis has struck out, walked, and popped up. A strike to him. Reggie Jackson in that A's dugout. Ball 1 strike when NBC will be back next year with our regular Saturday game of the week. Our 15 special Monday night baseball telecast. There's a high drive in the left field. Plenty of room for Jones. He has it. 1 out. We'll have the All-Star game again. Playoffs in the World Series. NBC, your Major League Baseball network. 1 down. In the last of the 8th inning, Vic Davalillo is 0 for 2. Well, you Met fans looking ahead to the 9th, Milner, Grody, and Hahn will represent the last hopes for New York. He sends a ground ball to second base, and Neon scoops and throws in there 2 down. Ray Fosse up for his first time. There's a line shot to left by Fosse. Oh, he's on with 2 away. And Dick Green will be the batter. Green has gone hitless 3 times. Fosse has his lead at first. There's a ground ball to Buddy Harrelson. Goes to first. We're going to the 9th inning, ladies and gentlemen, with a score. Oakland 5 and New York 1. All right, the Mets have their last shot in the 9th inning. John Milner, Gary Grody, and Don Hahn. There's a strike to Milner. Raleigh Fingers has worked 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, shutout relief. He replaced Ken Holtzman. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're talking about the umpires working at first base today, and working his last game is Augie Donatelli. There he is, 24 years of Major League umpire. 2-1. Augie, we wish you well. We congratulate you for your 24 years of service to baseball. 2 balls and a strike. Milner fouls it back. Milner slide to deep center, walked, slide out, and struck out. Two managers, contrasting thoughts right now. One with his fingers crossed, the other with hope. Foul. 2-2. We want to thank Bowie Kuhn, the Commissioner of Baseball, Johnny Johnson, Administrative Officer, Joe Reichler, Director of Public Relations, Tom Dawson, the Director of TV and Radio, Joe Cronin, Bob Holbrook, Tom Monahan of the American League, Charlie Feeney, Fred Flagg, and Dave Grody of the National League for all their assistance. 3-2. 5-1 Oakland. They're 3 outs away from winning their second World Championship in a row. Raleigh Fingers points to something in back of the plate. The 3-2 pitch. Foul again outside of first. Rusty style. Boy, you had some series, fella. Some World Series, I want to tell you. Nobody on, nobody out for the Mets in the ninth. Foul again. The A's bullpen is quiet. That's Ken Boswell, number 12, you see in the background. There they are. They'll get immediate action, though, if Milner gets on. 3-2 pitch. And again, foul. He's hit the ball hard, but outside of first base. Ball 4, and Milner's on to start the ninth.
That's one thing a relief pitcher is not supposed to do, and so Wes Stock comes racing out. Don't put men on base. Don Hahn comes out into the on-deck circle. Brody is waiting in the batter's box. 5-1 the score. Fingers looks over, throws a ball, punched out toward left field. On comes Rudy, and he's there. Takes the line drive, and retreating to first base is Milner. There's one out as Rudy throws all the way to tennis at first base. Brody has won for 4 in the day and has hit some kind of shots every time he's been up. One out in the ninth, and Hahn is up, and Harrelson comes out on deck. Ball punched to right field, base hit. Milner will stop at second base. Hahn gets his 3rd hit of the day. And now Harrelson will come up. And someone will have to swing, lest there be a double play for the pitcher. Fingers throws. Harrelson tries to bunt his way on. Over his fingers to pick it up. He throws on to first base. Got him as the runners move up. Harrelson bunting for the base hit was thrown out on the fine play by Fingers. And now they're an out away. And Ed Kranepool, the last of the original Mets, signed out of high school in New York at the age of 17 to join that first team, will be the man coming up. Kranepool waits. Fingers has the sign. The pitch is a curveball bounded toward the first baseman. Tennis. He bobbles the ball. Crazy bobbles it. The fans came on thinking it was all over, but it is not. It is 5-2. Runners at first and third, and we are still in the game as Garrett steps up. They'll have to clear the fans off. They're shaking and hugging each other as though it's all over. Knowles back, throws a little looper. Campaneris goes back, says, "I got it, that is it."
Two men away, Rudy holding at first base, and the batter coming up is Reggie Jackson, the center fielder. The next pitch, deep to right field. It is going. It is gone. Goodbye. A 2-run home run by Reggie Jackson.
Jackson's blast is a clincher. The A's lead 4-0. And Reggie's one-man show wins the acclaim of the critics as most valuable player of the 73 series. The A's are much more than amazing. The final out of the 1973 World Series seals a 5-2 win, and the Oakland A's have passed the test of champions with another 7-game triumph and their second consecutive championship.